Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. So how are you guys doing? Yeah, it's been rough over here. Load shedding has gotten worse again. What I wouldn't give to have stable, to have a stable power grid. And hey Ayumu. Uh, anyway, let's get ready. We have got a really special today because we are starting Labrys' story. I really should have done all the beforehand, all the setup beforehand. There we are. Hmm?
This program is brought to you care of the following sponsors.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Here we are. Okay, story mode. And finally. Oh, sorry, I should have, give me a sec. I'm so sorry, I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb mode sooner. Initial boot successful. Timestamp 4/20/1999 in 10/16 and 39.
The boot process was successful.
420 plays it.
This happens every time, but I'm never sure what to say to them first.
You mean like a greeting? There's no need for that, they're just machines.
Joy. 2 humans within visual range, both male. Searching for voice print and visual matches. Personnel identified as research staff. Not hostile targets.
Things like that might affect the performance of these models.
Because they have a mind? Their emotions and things are completely faked. It's no different than an AI. It can't possibly be that sensitive.
I mean, technically, our emotions are fake too. I mean, our emotions are chemical reactions, right? Scanning for keywords in conversation. Running logical analysis. Cross-referencing with related data. Current conversation topic is not orders.
Until we rule it out completely, we should at least be kind to them.
So you say. All right, from this moment on, you will be registered as candidate unit number 031. Please repeat your number back to me.
Confirming first order. Initializing unit number. Output via voice is requested. Activating voice synthesis module. Accepting input.
Unit number 031.
Did its pronunciation sound a little odd to you?
You're worrying too much. Let's hurry up and haul it out.
Receiving action plan through console. Combat test against others of the same unit. Commencing immediately after entering in shock-resistant chamber. Frame stored within cage for transport. Beginning transport.
Ah, so this is the one. I've been waiting to see it in action.
Transport complete. Cage reopened. New human found. Searching for voice print and visual matches. Personnel also identified as research staff. Female. Cutting connection to outside data supply. Connection offline. Commencing cable disconnection.
Now, try getting up.
Order confirmed. God, this place. Like, I'm trying to think of what this place looks like, but it's not, but I'm not coming up with anything off the top of my head. Also, I do like that look of Labrys without the uniform on. Something dumb, yeah, no, it looks like some kind of similar of cylinder. Like, it's not real. You can't really call it a coliseum. I'll think of it at one point, and this isn't going to be the only time we see this thing. Initialize the motion and synchronization engine, and get up. Synchronize initiating motion synchronization engine and for motor functions. Accepting input. Safety limiter is active. Balance control gyros online. Overall movement systems functional.
This model's loaded with a nearly pure form of that crystal. I can't wait to see what kind of results it gets.
Unit number 031, can you hear me? Confirm your surroundings. Tell us any abnormalities you're feeling in your sensors or any other functions.
Order confirmed. Beginning simple self-diagnostic. Temperature, humidity, pressure, air composition, lumens, sound, all within normal levels. Visual data within expected color spectrum. All systems functional.
Readouts seem fine. Monitoring system is fully operational.
Okay, we're gonna test your performance inside the battle chamber now. When you hear the buzzer, consider everything that moves an enemy and eliminate them.
Order confirmed. Awaiting the signal to begin the test. Exit confirmed to be sealed. Room shape approximately cylindrical. Vaguely familiar, but cannot come up with anything. Height approximately 11 meters. Area approximately 154 square meters. High energy light sources is found on router wall. Assumed to be fire resistant and bulletproof.
Sorry to do this just after you've woken up, but it'll be good to put you through your paces.
Nothing like a little morning carnage, right? Release of facing hatch detected. Mobile objects intruding into chamber. Actually, come to think of it, it is vaguely the same shape of the prison in Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, that was a completely different shape altogether on the exterior, but on the inside, it was a similar cylindrical shape. 7 objects in total. Scanning for visual matches. Analysis, non-human. Confirmed as same model units of humanoid weapons. Hostile markers confirmed. Classifying as hostile units. Releasing safety limiters. This is oddly inspiring music. Combat limiter is now set at 70%. Exits confirmed and released. Test commencement signal received. Targets hostile humanoid weapons. Commencing battle. That is so cool. That was Agus's head. Yeah, I noticed that too. No, that wasn't Agus. Also, her form was more than 11 meters. Well, a robot, so... Yeah, that one is very similar to us, isn't it? Also, that was very Ghost in the Shell. All targets eliminated. Hostile units no longer capable of motion. Test termination signal received. Battle complete.
That was better than we could have hoped for.
Hey, what's with all the bodies? You made it fight that many on its first time?
Don't worry, it did great. This is a new high score for the first battle results.
Well done, Unit Number 031. Stand by for further instruction.
Order confirmed. Exiting test chamber. Beginning transport to maintenance room. Resetting safety limiters. Taking seat in maintenance chair.
Done testing, but there's still one thing left to do today. I'm going to temporarily shut down your optics. Can you close your eyes?
Order confirmed. Shuttering optic inputs. Researcher with tie, best dad. Yeah, he seems really sympathetic. So he was probably closest to what Dad Labrys ever had. In fact, I wonder if it's hinted that the guy is oh no, he was part of a different research team, wasn't he? I was thinking maybe he was Yukari's dad, but I don't think he sounded the same. Connecting cables. Did I read that? Order confirmed, shuttering optic inputs. Yeah, I did. Online confirmed. Switching a portion of data supply to output
We're
source.
Transfer the data from the destroyed units into your memory. Run a diagnostic check while we're doing it and report any malfunctions. Understood?
So a bit of cannibalism, no biggie. Order confirmed. Readying self-diagnostic. Initiating data transfer. Initiating personality module link. Initiating diagnostic of transferred data and sorting procedures. Sector 001, close combat control data. Will investigate improvements of tactical patterns through synthesis and acquisition of data. Dividing into categories for sorting. Sector 002, evasive action data control. Hey, we're going to give you the memories of the 7 people you just killed. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, especially the memories of them dying, right? We'll investigate improvements of tactical patterns through synthesis and acquisition of data. Dividing into categories of sorting. Sector 003, non-battle data. Error, excluding. Sector 004, non-battle data. Error, excluding. Sector 005, battle-related data. What could these be? Momentary disruption of data from visual information and stream. Gonna look, cause I go shop real quick. Okay, a room that is not this place. Outdoor scenery thought to be at night. Sensors of multiple units of same type gathering outside of the battle chamber. Could these be memories? Visual memories? They are obviously unrelated to the mission. Why have apparently purposeless memory is being preserved this long? 20 to 40% of information data extracted from all 7 units are confirmed to be such information. Incomprehensible. What is this?
Report.
Cables disconnected. Time elapsed during data transfer, approximately 5 minutes. Opening optic inputs, calibrating servos.
All right then, unit number 031, give us a simple report of today's battle results.
Order confirmed. Delivering oral report of test results.
This was the first test battle against others of my model. 7 units destroyed. Below 15% damage sustained. Don't seem to be any problems.
Was that?
Unusual expression detected from research staff. Facial recognition and library indicate its surprise.
Did I say something funny?
Does it have an accent?
Accent? Do you not understand the words coming out of my mouth?
I kind of love that.
No, we do, but
See? I wasn't hearing things. The unit's speech really is peculiar.
Okay, yeah, the researcher with the tie definitely wasn't Yukari's dad. I vaguely remember what he looked like, and this isn't it.
You don't need to yell.
Is the language interface not set to default? Sheesh. If we'd known this, we would have reset it in advance.
Yeah, the base's personality might be coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the volunteers were from the Kansai area.
but it just woke up. Would it be exhibiting such distinct mannerisms this early?
It may be the effect of an enlarged plume of dusk, the basis of their mind. Perhaps it's accelerating their personality development.
Exchange of opinions taking place on unexpected aberrance in speech pattern. Hypothesis offered that language interface settings fall outside of expected results. Review of recent conversation does reveal certain discrepancies. Internal monologue is within expected patterns, but oral output induces anomalies. Anomalies not affecting meaning. No impediments to communication predicted.
But I don't want to waste this feedback data. Those are the best results we've ever seen.
Leave it. It'll be fine. It can understand us anyway. This is just one of those things that makes science interesting.
There you go again. This unit is going to be communicating with the others. What if this effect spreads?
Yes, because you learn through osmosis, right?
Not only that, but because this is an anomaly, it doesn't seem to have a 100% accurate accent either.
But if it has a personality, that might speed up the development of its mind.
Yeah, she's right.
The three researchers are standing around the maintenance chair. Each holds a tablet and examines the display on the chair.
All right, unit number 031, we'll explain things from the top.
Voice pattern consistent with research
You
staff.
are a weapon created to fight against unique enemies. Therefore, your combat performance is prioritized over all else. But in order for you to use a particular ability, you've been given a certain amount of awareness. And that makes your performance difficult to quantify, so we've been pitting test units against each other as a selective growth process.
Because, you know, PTSD isn't a thing.
It's all in the service of achieving higher performance, and we don't want to waste any plumes of dusk.
I mean, those are rare. I think you only get a certain amount per playthrough in Persona. In any Persona game, I mean. Accessing archives. Search term, Plume of Dusk. One match found. A crystalline substance at core personality modules. Its name derives from its thin plate-like shape, resembling a shed bird's feather. In addition, its circuit-like structure, it has an unnatural vital reaction in response to external stimulus. Similar to a living thing, yet different. It is thought to exist in a state between mind and matter, mass and information. The details are unknown. There are 12 other subheadings classified under Level 7 clearance. Access denied. Matter interpreted as the core of personality modules.
But regardless of your ego, there is one rule you must abide by. You might as well think of it as an order.
One rule to abide by. Awaiting order.
The only order is to destroy everything we identify as enemies and to emerge victorious.
Because that's not going to bite you in the ass later.
Your ego will give you some flexibility when planning tactics. There's no need to think about extraneous side issues.
We're just going to give you a mind, but it's free will. Well, free will's unimportant, right?
Use everything you have to win a fight. That's all you need to concentrate on.
Order confirmed.
Understood.
Destroy identified enemies and emerge victorious. A clear order. It is consistent with the role of a weapon. No abnormalities. Everything is clear. At some point, I gotta do a playthrough. I gotta replay a use story so we can make sure we get that extra scene. There's an extra scene you get, but you need to answer. You need to answer all of you's dialogue with the top answers, which I didn't do. Underwent maintenance on the chair after the test battle. Post-reboot diagnostics show status normal. The time was 1900 hours. Research staff have set new activity cycle. All units will exit standby mode at 900 hours. Tests will be conducted at regular intervals until 1700 hours. Maintenance and setup will take place until 1900 hours. Afterwards, time is allowed to be spent in an outdoor area of the grounds. On returning, enter standby mode within the cage. Instructions are to repeat these actions until unable to continue. Because, you know, that doesn't have a chance of killing one's personality. The next item on the new schedule is to spend time in the outdoor area. Perimeters of spending time unknown. Hypothesize is that the meaning is to remain on standby and wait for time to pass. Hypothesis unnecessary. The schedule must be followed. Exiting building. Outdoor area reached. Light level is limited due to time of day. Many trees still visible in the environment. It is almost entirely consistent with known data from the off-limits area. The ground is different from the laboratory's artificial flooring. The soil is exposed. Various neutral plants are here. Natural plants are here. A certain amount of time must be spent here. The intention may be to heighten basic response capabilities in the natural world. Others of the same unit can be seen stepping into the central area, reassessing the surroundings on various spectra. Unlike the combat test, no hostile unit markers detected. Hypothetical. In combat under current conditions, what tactics would be effective? I reassess the surroundings as a combat environment. I assign value to various geographical features. I survey the topography on the outskirts of the environment. I detect unusual movement in one unit. Other units are also surveying the environment, but this unit is crouching while holding something in its right arm. I do not deem this unit's unusual action to be a threat. I approach it in order to make inquiries. Upon my approach, the unit turns around and stands.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Hello. One of the most tragic characters in the game. Well, the most tragic character in the game, really. I process the statement. Its conversational gambit is unexpected. I find no prepared response in my libraries.
You mean like how this is our first encounter? In that case, yeah. What are you doing here?
I've never heard your accent before. It's intriguing.
They said stuff about my accent too earlier. Do I really talk that funny?
I wouldn't say it's strange. It was just surprising.
The unit looks over again and then speaks quietly to something in its right hand. I examine what it holds. It is an organism. Its body is covered in white fur.
What's that thing?
It's a dog. It must have wandered in.
Organisms' parameters are consistent with access data on dog. Its size does not present a threat. The search of its specific breed is cancelled. Well, yeah, well, be careful. Like small dogs can be vicious.
A dog.
The unit turns its gaze back to
My
me.
unit number is 024. I wouldn't call it my name, but that's how they refer to me. What's yours?
The unit has provided its designation despite no prior inquiry. Reason
Our
unknown.
unit number 031.
They're up to the 30s. I see. That must mean they're finally creating units loaded with full-sized ones.
Doggo! The dog barks. A scan of the surrounding shows several units turning to investigate. All units ignore it and look away.
This one wants to say hello too.
It does? You can understand what dogs say?
Kind of. After carefully comparing its mannerisms and slight variances in its barking, I just figured it out.
Its right hand pats the dog's head while its left scratches the dog's neck. Yeah, for the record, I just could understand dogs by like scanning their body language essentially. And this is essentially the same. Number 24 continues to make various forms of contact with the dog. Number 24's actions are consistent with styles of communication. Hypothesis. The objective of spending time in this area is to develop communicative skills. Conversing with others of the same unit and refining and communication will enhance cooperative tactics. Counterpoint. No value detected in communicating with organisms not of same unit or human.
What's the point in doing that with a dog?
The point? There isn't one, I suppose.
There is no point. An expected response strongly indicates that number 24 is not like the other
Are you
units.
interested in what I'm doing, though?
Interested. Is there interest involved? It seems to be the case. Ensure appropriateness of earlier question to number 24. Why ask it? Oral sensors detect electric noise. Recognized as pseudo-information involving no sound waves, yet perceived as sound data. It is the alarm signaling the end of this activity. All other units begin to move as one towards the building. Number 24 speaks to the dog it cradles.
Sounds like that's all the time we have today. I need to get back.
Number 24 crouches while petting the dog's fur-covered body and releases it onto the ground. Number 24 stands up again and turns around.
I hope to see you again.
Number 24's expression changes as it says this. This movement to the lips is known as a smile. It is known when humans experience happiness. Contradiction. Number 24 is a weapon, yet it makes that expression. No hypothesis found. Or, is there no point to it as well? Spare cognitive processes is rerouted to analysis. Still, I cannot understand it. The next day, after being released from standby, I am assigned to a test battle against others of my unit as yesterday. Order confirmed. I am taken to the same chamber. The battle commences. I destroy the other 3 units and sustain little damage. As I wait there, the researchers come in. All have what seems to be high praise for my abilities. I do not understand how I should react to this. Should I give an expression of joy, as number 24 did? Researchers crouch next to the units destroyed and begin to work on them. I think back and recall that they underwent this process yesterday as well. I'm curious. I approach them. They open a slit near the unit's neck and use tweezers to remove a bluish-white plate-like object. It shines. They put the object into a petri dish. That distinct shine, neither strong nor weak, is like no similarities found. I'm sure it is similar to something, but I cannot access the relevant memory.
Well, let's get right to the feedback on today's battle.
Oh boy. As I sit in the maintenance chair, they connect the cable to me. The cable terminates at the midsection of a large device. It's where petri dishes from earlier are placed. There are a total of 3. Each contains a bluish-white plate-like object.
What's that?
The researcher's expression subtly changes. She is surprised. It only lasts for a moment before it fades.
This is a plume of dusk. Each of the units you destroyed had one inside them. These are much smaller than the one installed in you, though.
I know what this is. This is a plume of dusk, installed in me too. This unknown substance forms the core of my personality module. I was aware of its existence, but this is my first time seeing it. These are the 3 personality cores of the units I destroyed. They contain not only combat data, but memories and experiences. It is not long before the extracted data download begins. I sort the data relevant to enhancing battle performance and incorporate it into my own. The process takes much less time than the initial transfer from yesterday. During that time, I recall what took place last night. There are cases where non-combat data is being preserved. Such memories are included in this download as well. Visual memories of the outdoors at night. Memories very similar to that were in yesterday's download too. Probably from time spent in the outdoors area. Units I destroyed seem to have assigned these memories the same priority as combat data. Why though? Is it effective in learning communicative skills? But that is lower priority than combat. The visual element preserved here is irrelevant. Wait. Hypothesis. The units I destroyed had their own priorities and values, other than executing orders and performing in battle. This line of thought leads to a realization. It's almost like when you have a personality, you have interests and wants. This thought process I am undergoing right now. It is not executing an order, nor is it contributing to battle performance. I once again look towards the plume of dusk inside the petri dish. Something almost exactly like it is installed in me. Then, were the destroyed units thinking along similar lines as mine until yesterday? I feel a twinge within me. It is different from detecting an error or interference. What is this? I have no answer. Yeah, Labrys' story is very story-heavy. My second night of spending time in the outdoor area came. It started at approximately 3 minutes later than yesterday, but there was very little variance in weather and temperature. The difference is trivial. The night sky has the same soft brightness. The wind and the trees are no different. Without understanding why, I initiated a data search regarding the tree that catches my eye. I learned that this tree varies slightly from specimens of its kind found in natural forests. Though this topography seems natural, it may be cultivated and managed by the facility. I decided to traverse the outskirts as I did yesterday. It is not long before a familiar unit comes into view. There is no need to run a scan for visual matches. I know that it is unit number 24. Number 24's left side is turned towards me. It is sitting on a large rock. When I approach, number 24 notices me and turns around.
Are you looking for something?
Number 24 initiates conversation.
Who, me?
I just wondered if you were looking for me. I did express a hope yesterday that we would meet again after all.
I was looking for number 24? It's true, I may have been. I began walking the same route as yesterday, but once number 24 came into view, I changed course to approach. I may have been searching for number 24 in this area. Did I desire to reunite in number 24? Aww. Why? I'm silent due to lack of explanation. Number 24 smiles again. A smile. What was the cause of that expression this time? I do not comprehend. Like so many other things.
Would you like to sit with me? This rock is large enough to accommodate us both.
Yikes, I just noticed that my headphone wires a bit frayed.
It would be more relaxing than standing.
Thanks.
I sit in the offered space and gaze at the same scenery number 24 is looking
Can
at.
I ask you something?
What is it?
I decide to voice the doubt I experienced during the combat test yesterday. In my limited experience, number 24 has a better comprehension of such matters.
Other units think about stuff that doesn't have to do with fighting and missions?
Do you have such thoughts?
To tell you the truth, I can't really say. Feels like I do, though.
Number 24 is silent for a duration before speaking again.
Units of our model are all given a mind. It's so that we can eventually develop what is called an ego. The reason our appearance closely resembles that of humans is related. It's to foster self-awareness similar to a human's. Have you not been told about personas?
Personas?
It's an extremely successful spin-off series of the Shin Megami Tensei series. Accessing archives. Searching for persona. Over 1,000 headings found. I must filter the results further. Which subject is number 24 referring to? I'm silent as I think. Number 24 smiles again and resumes the conversation.
It's an ability expected of us that normal weapons don't have. The conditions to use one are theoretically already loaded in us. But a well-defined ego seems to be necessary to activate it.
I'm already aware that we have been given a mind. Today I saw for myself the part that forms our personalities. Is its activation triggered by development of communicative skills? I still do not have a good grasp on it. Though, number 24 continues to speak.
That's why I'm sure there are others with thoughts that do not pertain to missions.
That would seem to be the case.
Maybe those I've fought up till now.
Number 24 trains its gaze on me.
How does that make you feel?
Certainly not going to result in an incident later down the line, oh no.
The opponents you destroyed may have thought similar things to what you just did.
Do I feel things? I cannot say for sure. I am unable to respond to the question. Number 24's expression changes again. The expression could be classified as a smile, but it is subtly different from the ones I have cataloged as experiencing before. Mixed with the joy and gladness of previous smiles, this one contains a slight hint of sorrow.
It's okay. You don't need to come up with an answer right now. It actually may be better to forget it. After all, tomorrow we may find ourselves ordered to destroy each other.
Once again, I detect a twinge from hearing number 24's statement. It's similar to what I sensed during the data transfer today. What is it that wavers inside me? I'm about to be lost in thought again. But as if to prevent that from happening, The signal for our scheduled shift to echo is in each of our ears.
It's time. I hope we meet again.
Like, geez, that's only, what, 5 minutes? My breaks at school were longer than that. As number 24 quietly stands up, I detect an expression I have come to know. Another smile. It appears as if number 24 is adopting these smooth changes in expression naturally and not deliberately. I wonder if I will eventually be able to do the same. Another night passes. Another combat test takes place the next day. Just as scheduled, I face units flagged as enemies within the test chamber. I'm overwhelmed with a strange sensation. The way that my opponents are expressionless now seems strange to me. There is no intent or cognition and evidence in their faces. They wear no expressions. They are blank. There is nothing wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with them. That would be my normal assessment, but I recall number 24's image. The blankness of these faces and number 24's expressionless face are different somehow. Even when number 24 had no particular expression, it was not this blank. Not every portion of that face was neutral. Further analysis shows that the same is true for humans. The researchers are never completely mechanical and expressionless. I look at the hostile flagged units again. They are the same unit type as me. They were given a mind and may potentially develop an ego later. I recall number 24's statements again. Do you feel something when you destroy an opponent that may be thinking the same things as you? I am on the verge of entering a long train of thought when the enemy moves. I shake off my doubts to focus on the battle. I study the opponent's movements. I formulate the most efficient method of damaging it. I execute the method. Over and over. The array of actions I have to select from, and my flexibility in linking them will decide the outcome. Having already received 10 units worth of downloaded data, I am likely second to none regarding the scope of possibilities in this respect. At times, I can even anticipate their next action. Since my opponents are the same unit type as me, their tactics are determined using the same thought process as mine. That's right. They think the same things as me. Eventually, after approximately 4 minutes pass, all opponents are silenced. I successfully executed my mission. The day after that, I achieved victory in the combat test with the same efficiency. It is easy to eliminate them. I first begin by targeting their weak points. It is not always necessary to destroy their main body. If they are incapable of resisting further, the battle is over. It is the most effective way. I win the next day, and the day after that. Units geared for close combat with no external weapons give me no choice but to damage their chassis. But even then, there is an order to things. If I destroy parts that present a threat, such as the motor functions of their limbs, The match should be considered as won. Soon afterwards, the buzzer signaling the end of the test echoes, just as I expected. I catch myself rushing over to the unit collapsed on the ground. I have only destroyed the unit's arms and legs. It is still conscious. But I realize I do not know its unit number. I am at a loss how to address the unit. The opponent asked me a question and that I did not
You
expect.
seemed to deliberately avoid attacking the face or the neck in that battle. Why?
Huh?
I'm momentarily at a loss for words. What the unit says is true. There is no damage to its face. I review my actions during the battle and find that at no point did I attack its neck either. The cranial region is where the plume of dusk is housed. If it is destroyed in any type of unit, that unit will fall. Aiming to disarm an opponent is effective, but targeting weaknesses is obviously the more effective tactic. And yet I avoided doing so?
I don't know.
The researchers enter the chamber and hide the unit from my field of vision. I could not determine whether my last words had an effect on the opponent's expression or not.
These past 3 days, it hasn't been destroying the other units beyond repair, like it did in the first battle.
It must be learning to finesse its attacks rather than just using brute force. The result? Swift, overwhelming victories.
Its evasive skills are improving as well. That level of flexibility in evasive action could never be replicated by chaining predefined maneuvers.
This unit's collected a good amount of feedback data too. It's growing steadily, feeding on the bones of its kills.
Good lord!
You don't have to say it like that.
So basically, you just admitted this is essentially cannibalism. The researchers are preparing for the download. Growing. Destroying them and absorbing their data. That's what growing is? Since I thoroughly destroyed a few of my opponents these last few days, some of their bodies were salvaged. While I downloaded their data, I always kept their still bodies within view. Good lord. Just as the combat tests are repeated, my actions outside each night are repeated as well. I have become aware that I am seeking out number 24 of my own will lately. When I attempt to communicate with other units, it's most often they cannot understand the meaning of my questions. This prevents us from conversing. But that may not be the only reason. I want to converse with number 24. I've begun to desire it. When I go to see number 24, the white dog I saw on the first day we met appears from somewhere.
This one seems to have been raised as a pet somewhere far away from here. But one day, it was brought to the forest near here and its owner suddenly disappeared.
So the owner abandoned it. It seems unlikely that that number 24 obtained such a detailed history of a stray animal from the research staff. Was all this information obtained by communicating directly with the animal? From a dog that does not speak human language?
Its name is apparently Snowy. At least, that's the name it responds to the most.
Hi, Kronk! We're going through emotional distress right now.
I thought it was a dog.
Oh, well, the name of this animal is a dog. But how do I put this? Snowy is what this specific dog is called.
Snowy.
Snowy barks once, as if comprehending its
It's
name.
white, like snow. Easy to remember.
When I reach out my hand, Snowy rubs its nose against it without being frightened. Aww. Good pupper. The way it presses at my fingers feels as if it's showing pride in its name. I do not know the tactical advantage that communicating with animals offers as to a weapon, but I feel that there is value in spending time with it. I decide to spend my outdoor activity time that day following Snowy around with number 24. It is outdoor activity time on the next night. When I arrive in the outdoor area, I am listening to a certain sound. I hear the sound intermittently every 4 to 7 seconds. I had wondered about the unknown ambient sound since the first day, but I determined that it wasn't a threat and focused my consciousness on other things. Tonight, I increased my microphone sensitivity to max and concentrated on that sound. It is similar to something familiar. I scan my memories until I realize what it is. It is the sound of water. Hearing it when the staff uses I hear it when the staff uses as a device to clean their hands and tools. The waveform has some similarities to that. But if the sound has its volume, if the sound is at the volume in such an open space, the volume of the water must be higher than a normal supply would allow for. What could it be? I contemplate asking number 24. It is clear that number 24 knows much more than I do. I begin walking in search of number 24. Where could number 24 be? I go to where we spoke a number of times previously, but number 24 is not there. Number 24 is also not at the rock where we sat together. Is number 24 not here? I quickly discard the possibility. We are not ordered what to do while we are here, but coming to this outdoor area is an order. If post-testing diagnostics show no abnormalities, we are all to report directly here. I consider this. If there are no abnormalities, I feel a twinge in my chest. It is larger than ever. Number 24 will be here if there are no abnormalities. But what if there were such abnormalities? What if number 24 was damaged during the combat tests? And sustaining damage is not necessarily the extent of the problem. Could it be? I realize that my arms are trembling slightly. It is not a conscious movement. I cannot make it stop. It is possible that perhaps number 24 lost in a combat test and was destroyed. In these circumstances, it would be expected for such a day to come. What if number 24? What if she never came here again?
Oh, this is where you went. You weren't at the usual spot, so I was looking for you.
Oh, good Lord, that spooked me a little. Until I heard the voice from behind me, my sensors had stopped accepting input. No sound, no light, nothing. All of them came back online with her voice. I turn around. Number 24 furrows her brow and looks into my face.
What's wrong? The look on your face seemed as if you saw something frightening.
My face? My expression? Frightening? Am I scared?
I do not comprehend. I cannot make that judgment.
Are you perhaps scared of fighting?
Nah, I don't think that's it. What is this? I can't tell.
Am I scared? Scared of what? That she will disappear? During an operation, it is possible that I might assign greater priority to other units' safety than my own. But we are not on an operation now. And this emotion is not the same anyway. It's a different emotion. An emotion? I have emotions? I look at number 24's face pleadingly, but I cannot put my question into words. I cannot express my feelings to her. And though number 24 sees this, she says nothing. She only smiles tenderly. It's the same smile she showed once. It looks happy, but also sad. During that night's outdoor activity time, neither number 24 nor I speak much. We just walk together side by side without saying anything. I do not take opportunity to ask her about the intermittent sound of water. It is the next day. I detect some sort of weight in my chest. I am aware that there is no physical weight there. It is most likely a psychological phenomenon. I perform a vocabulary search. The idiom being heavy-hearted applies best. I cannot help but find it amusing. It is a very apt phrase. But what is causing this heavy-heartedness? That I may not be able to see number 24 Sunday? That may be it. But I do not think that is all. Over the next few days, I spend my time without finding an answer to this question. Each night after the combat test, when it is time for outdoor activities, I seek out number 24 first. And each time I confirm her presence, and I feel an indescribable sense of relief and rush over to her. We exchanged standard greetings in the first few days, but that practice was eventually discarded. Now there is no special greeting between us. We can understand each other without words. Our eyes and expressions communicate, though. Tonight, I find number 24 and rush to her as usual. Aww. There are no words. Only an exchange of smiles. We begin walking together.
Do you remember me asking before if you were scared of fighting?
I nod.
To tell the truth, I'm scared of it too.
Her confession is surprising. It is counter to our nature as weapons. Yet for some reason, I am not surprised by
I'm
it.
afraid I'll lose and be destroyed, and it's painful for me to make others go through the same ordeal. We may be weapons, but shouldn't we be driven by more than seeking victory? I've been wondering that for a long time.
But that's against orders.
Number 24 gives a half-hearted smile.
I'm sure things would probably be much simpler if I stopped thinking and just obeyed orders. Unfortunately, I finally found it. I found my answer.
Your answer?
Red flag.
There's someone I want to meet.
Well, not specifically red flag. Just in a way that's kind of coded in the Persona universe.
I feel like meeting this person is my own objective and not an order given to me.
Since we have never left this facility, we have absolutely no acquaintances with outside people. There should be no relationship. But I immediately understand. This person she wants to meet is someone on the outside. Even I don't know why I thought so. But when I reflect upon that thought, the indescribable wavering within me becomes greater than ever.
Ever since I started thinking that I was scared to fight, each day was painful for me. If I'm going to feel this way until the day I lose, I even thought it would be better if I lost on purpose. But I won't think that anymore. I feel glad now that I exist. I mean, we're loved after all.
Loved?
That's right.
I repeat that to myself. The word loved. I do not comprehend. But when I look at her gaze, as her clear eyes seem to see beyond the sky, her statement seems correct. I feel that this must be something vital. As I watch her try to express something without words, it is harder to believe if she is the same unit type as me. It seems more that she is human.
Why are you telling me this?
It's probably because I didn't think anyone but you would understand.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm not sure I really get it either.
I'm sure you'll understand one day. I hope so anyway.
Sheesh, why you gotta be so cryptic?
Number 24 laughs at this. It is the purest smile I have cataloged. I know without comparing it to anything that it is a smile of pure joy. I detect Snowy playing at my feet. After playing at number 24's feet too, Snowy runs all 3 meters and then turns around. Its tail moves vigorously back and forth. Soon afterwards, Snowy sits on the ground and looks up at number 24. I watch number 24 crouch and pat its head. I'm thinking back about other things. Things besides fighting and defeating the nearest enemy. My own objective. Someone to meet. I still do not fully comprehend. But the way she is playing with Snowy tonight looks more fun than ever. The smile seems very natural. If the answer she discovered is the origin of that smile, I would like to understand it someday too. I can feel that desire budding inside me.